Ears open. Yeah, I know. Wait, no, I don't want to end the stream yet. Not yet. There you go. What the hell? All right. How's everybody doing? Mandalee's hanging out. We're talking snowstorm. We're gonna get snowed in. That's our hope. We're gonna get snowed in and just be stuck doing that. You know, drink some warm coffee and build a roaring fire. They call the fire department to put out the neighbor's house that we lit on fire to get roaring. Oh, man. I took a pic of the same sign near Audubon University and posted it on Instagram with the song behind it a couple years ago. My mom laughed hard. Exactly. Well, that's what it's from. It is. It's right by Audubon. It's Electric Avenue. We're going to rock down, too. I saw that. I was like, oh, my God. You'll be under a blanket all day tomorrow. Well, yeah, minus 30 degrees. I don't see why not, man. That's crazy talk. That's freezing cold. Yikes. Anyway, how's everybody doing tonight? Welcome to episode 235 of Randsanity, January 22nd, 2026. We're all preparing for the end of the world by snowstorm. Snowpocalypse. Well, I think we'll survive. But it's supposed to be damn cold. Like, it's supposed to be like in zeros. And that's without any wind. So 0 is cold. And that's not Celsius 0, which is 32 Fahrenheit. That's like 0, 0. Like Kelvin 0. Absolute 0. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I got my gloves. I got long johns. I'll be all right. I'm going to go out in the snow, have a little fun, you know. That's the whole point. I'll throw some bird seed out, make sure the birds don't die. You know, the squirrels will try and break into my house. Which they did. They're like chewing on things like, let us in the house, man. I'm like, fuck off, squirrel. Go in your hollow tree. You'll be fine. You're all snuggly in your hollow tree. Anyway, all right. Let's talk about stuff. So we're going to do a little bit of a concert announcement tonight. So another concert announcement. See, now's the time of year we start to get these concert announcements. So this one just got announced today. It's Psych Fest. This is the Austin Festival, Psych Fest, May 8th, 9th, and 10th in Austin. Far out, man. Friday, May the 8th, the Flaming Lips headlining with Diva Mama, Glare, Boogerins, Holy Wave, Star Cleaner Reunion. Saturday, May the 9th, the Black Angels. Nice. Middle is Echo Chamber, Ty Segall, New Canada's Alcazar, Annabelle Charlegs, Grocery Bag, and Strange Lot. And then on Sunday, May the 10th, The Sacred Souls. Lalam, Trisha Toledo, Night Beats, Dumbo Gets Mad, Money Chica, Como Las Movies, DJ Adriana Quesada, and more to be announced. All right, so that's Psych Fest coming up. It sounds like that's going to be a good one. You know, Flaming Lips, Black Angels, and the Sacred Soul headline the 3-day Austin Psych Fest set for the Far Out Lounge, May 8th through the 10th. Flaming Lips are Dream, Popeye, Diva, indie rock band, Mama, love it. Shoegaze Outfit, Glare, Brazilian Psych Act, Boogerins, along with Star Cleaner Reunion and local psych staples, Holy Wave. Black Angels, Saturday. Love that one. That's actually commemorating their 20th anniversary of their album Passover as well. The band will follow sets by Garage Rocker, Ty Segall, Psych Popper, Melodies, Echo Chamber, New Candy's out. 3-day passes are available and single tickets now on sale. So, you know, one of the fest's last day, the Sacred Souls. So, I mean, that's a good lineup. So again, I didn't see what tickets are, but again, if you're going to spend $400, $500 on a concert, go to festivals. That's the way to do it. Festivals are the way to see shows. I'm telling you. Okay. It's all I can tell you. Go see festivals. It's the way to go. Let's talk about some music news today. I'm just going to get right into it. I don't have too many comments on that. Mama was awesome at Scully's. Yeah, Mama's is awesome. 1959, we're going way back to 1959. Along with an acoustic guitar and a tape recorder in his New York City apartment, Buddy Holly made his last recordings, including Peggy Sue Got Married, Crying, waiting, hoping. That's what they say. What to do, learning the game, and that makes it tough. The recordings would be overdubbed posthumously and were later released by Coral Records. Good old Buddy Holly. 1963, the Beatles appeared on the UK radio program. They first recorded a session for the show Pop In, I-N-N, at the BBC Paris studio. Then they went to the Playhouse Theatre, also in London, to tape a radio appearance on Saturday Club, recording 5 songs. Then the Beatles went back to the BBC Paris studio to record an appearance on the Talent Spot, recording Please Please Me and Ask Me Why, as well as Some Other Guy before a live audience. That's a busy day, man. You got to do a lot of recording to do that one day. In 1966, the Beach Boys. They went into the Gold Star Studios to record Wouldn't It Be Nice, which would be opening track of their forthcoming album Pet Sounds. The musicians present on the day were the Wrecking Crew, including Hal Blaine on drums and Carol Kay on electric bass. Nice. Nice. In 1967, on this day, January the 22nd, the Monkees performed live for the very first time at the Cow Palace in San Francisco to a sold-out crowd. That would have been interesting to see. A made-up for TV rock band playing their first show in front of real people. A sold-out show, no less. Interesting. Who knows? In 1969, more Beatles news. The Beatles moved from Twickenham Film Studios to Apple Studios in London to start recording the Get Back LP. Billy Preston was brought into the sessions. John, Paul, and George knew Preston from 1962 when he was a member of the Little Richards backing group. The Beatles were determined to record the album live, flaws and all. I love some of these prices. In 1970, Steel Mill, this was Bruce Springsteen's band, opened for the Elvin Bishop Band at the Matrix in San Francisco, California. Steel Mill were paid $5 for the gig. The Elvin Bishop Band received $90 as the headliner. No wonder Jimi Hendrix couldn't afford a $6.21 bar bill. You get paid $5. What do you expect you're going to do, right? Aww. 1972, David Bowie came out as bisexual during an interview in the British weekly Melody Maker. Bowie later stated, "The biggest mistake I ever made was saying that I was bisexual. Christ, I was so young then. I was just experimenting." Oh, Bowie. I was just experimenting. $20 is $20. That's funny. 1972, Don McLean's album American Pie started a 7-week run at the #1 spot in the U.S. album chart. His second studio album was dedicated to Buddy Holly, one of his childhood icons, and featured both the chart-topping single American Pie, #1 U.S. hit for 4 weeks in 1972, and Vincent. The repeated phrase, "the day the music died" in America Pie refers to the plane crash in 1959 that killed early rock and roll stars Buddy Holly, the Big Bopper, Richie Valens, ending the era of early rock and roll. This became the popular nickname for that crash, "the day the music died." In 1977, Paul McCartney went on to #1 on the U.S. album chart with the triple live album Wings Over America. Paul McCartney's 6th #1 after the Beatles. The album cover was designed by Hypnosis, who were nominated in 1978 for a Grammy Award for the Best Album Packaging for this album, and depicts an airliner about to open its cabin door. It's true. In 1981, a fire destroyed the recording studio belonging to Ike and Tina Turner, raging through the large structure for nearly 54 hours before it was brought under control. 54 hours! That's crazy. Bolix Sound Studios in Inglewood, California was built by Ike Turner in 1970. Artists who recorded the Bolix sounds included Paul McCartney, George Harrison, the Rolling Stones, Frank Zappa, and of course Ike and Tina Turner. They also recorded their single Nutbush City Limits at Bolix Studios in 1973. Now, we talked about what Nutbush City Limits is. It's actually a place in, like, Kentucky. That's where she's from, Nutbush. Oh, wah, wah, wah. 1983, January 22nd, the new 24-hour music video network MTV started broadcasting at the west coast of America after being picked up by Group W Cable Los Angeles. And now there's no more. And now they're done. Now there is no more MTV. I want my MTV. 1987, one-hit wonder Steve Silk Hurley went to #1 on the UK singles chart with Jack Your Body, the first house record to top the UK chart. I listened to that. I was like, oh, I see why it's a one-hit wonder. 1994, actor Telly Savalas died of cancer at the age of 72. Now, wait a second. Didn't I just talk about Telly Savalas yesterday? Checks notes. Yes, because yesterday was his birthday. So Telly Savalas falls into that 10%. He was born on January the 21st. He died on January the 22nd. Interesting. Anyway, he scored the UK #1 single, If, played by Lieutenant Theo Kojak, a bald New York City detective in the television series Kojak, with the fondness for lollipops, and whose trademark line was, "Who loves you, baby? Who loves you, baby?" Kojak. That's ridiculous. He was born, yeah, it was just like, I just literally talked about the man's name, and born yesterday, dies today. Unbelievable. Now, Rhett Foster, American musician, was shot and killed in Northwest Atlanta intersection after he refused to give up his car in an attempted carjacking. He was 37 years old. He was best known as the lead singer of the New York band based Riot from 1981 until 1984. It happened in 1994. Hot Atlanta. Yikes, people. What are you going to do here? Let's see. Billy McKenzie died. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we're not just going to avoid that one. It would use those words that we're not supposed to talk about. Self-harm. Let's see. This one, also somebody died. Yeah, no, we don't care about that one. Because that's nobody. That's great. 2004, Ryan Adams broke a wrist after falling during a gig at the Royal Court Theatre in Liverpool. A fan who witnessed the accident said one minute he was on the stage and the next he had just disappeared. He went down with a thud and then we couldn't believe he was trying to continue singing. He's laying on the ground, broken wrist, cuts like a knife. Oh. One of the biggest charity concerts since Live Aid raised $2 million for the victims of the tsunami disaster in Asia. The concert held at the Millennium Stadium, Cardiff, featured Eric Clapton, Manic Street Preachers, Keane, Charlotte Church, Snow Patrol, Embracer, Feeder, Craig David, and Liberty X, who appeared before 60,000 fans at this sold-out concert in 2005. In 2006, Arctic Monkeys scored their second UK #1 single with When the Sun Goes Down from their debut album, Whatever People Say I Am, That's What I Am Not. The song contains the line, and he told Roxanne to put on her red light. It's a reference to the Police song, Roxanne. Roxanne, you don't have to put on the red light. In 2012, Adele broke an American chart record that had stood for years after being set by the Beatles and Pink Floyd. The singer's second album, 21, clocked up 16 weeks at #1 on the U.S. chart, matching the success of the Titanic original soundtrack. 21, released last January, had now beaten the Beatles, Sgt. Pepper, and Pink Floyd's The Wall, which had previously held the accolade with runs of 15 weeks at #1. Not bad, Adele. Rihanna, in 2015, is the first successful celebrity for any of this kind of case. She won a legal battle against a UK high street store, Topshop, over a t-shirt bearing her image. The Court of Appeals in London upheld a ban on the store selling a sleeveless t-shirt featuring a photo of the star without obtaining her permission. The star had sued Topshop's parent company Arcadia for $5 million in 2013 over the t-shirt, which featured a photo taken during a video shoot in 2011. So I wonder what happens now. Now, I mean, that was taken obviously by somebody else, but it was for a video shoot. So, I mean, if you just take a picture of a star on the street and you make a t-shirt out of it, can you do it? I bet we could find out. Worth a try, right? I'm just saying. Let's see. I guess we could do about that. I don't know. Pete Overland Watts of the Mott the Hoople, founding member, rock band, died, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I know. So many people died. Drummer Jake Isabel died. He was best known for, Pioneer. Now, this is, okay, I'll read this one because this one I never heard of this, okay? So in 2017, Jackie Leibzit, German drummer, died of pneumonia at the age of 78. He was best known as a founding member of the experimental rock group Can, who were hailed as pioneers of the German krautrock scene. Never heard that before. German krautrock. He also worked with John Wobble, Depeche Mode, and Brian Eno. Krautrock. Now I have to Google krautrock and see what the hell kind of bands play for krautrock. I'm just curious, like, what is German krautrock, right? I don't know. All right. Interesting. All right. James Purify died. Let's see. Barry Goldberg died. He was in a band. Yeah, great. All right, that's it. I'm done with this. Too many people dying. 20 minutes off. So I know. What do you know? What's happening? That's just terrible. Too much death. Because there's not enough concert stuff, not enough things happening, not enough shows that people can say, well, this happened. Because there's just winter. It's winter. And we're going to get more winter. Winter's on its way. All right, so let's talk about some punk songs, all right? Back to what I'm good at, all right? Punk, all right? So this is 4 punk songs that became massively popular despite the controversy around them, okay? Because each one of these has their own controversy. Punk songs are making us feel good by challenging us a little bit. They give us camaraderie in both the ambivalence and our frustrations. Many of the world's most famous punk songs are just for fun, but it's also important to remember that this stuff doesn't exist in a vacuum. Some real feelings and messages are behind these songs, and that sometimes can lead to the controversy. So let's talk about the first one here. It's American Idiot by Green Day. I'm a huge fan of American Idiot. I'm a huge fan of Green Day. I liked Green Day since they first came out, when I first heard about Green Day. So, I'm a huge fan. I love these guys. Insomniac, Nimrod. Come on, they're so good. The title track, from this one is this American Idiot song. It's basically was sort of hated by a lot of the R's. One thing you can appreciate, it sparked a whole wave of teenage rebellion among its younger fans, leading them to seek a more socially conscious existence that their families were encouraging. It's a huge fan. It just created a lot of controversy because of the lyrics, if you think about it. Next, you've got NoFX's entire War on Erism album. Early 2000s political punk, NoFX's entire War on Erism album was pretty controversial, but not really for the same reasons. Idiots Are Taking Over and Franco Un-American ticked off conservatives. NoFX was also unapologetically abrasive. Their political fare was a real sucker punch for lots of people who were surprised to hear them on mainstream radio. But then you had the punks who seemed to completely miss the Decline EP from 1999 and were mad at them for going political. I mean, where had they been all this time? None of the complaints on either side mattered. People loved it. I mean, they really did. NoFX was a really good album. So the War on Erism is still one of NoFX's biggest albums of all time. Another one, Adam's Song by Blink-182. All right. When Blink released Enema of the State in 1999, Adam's Song was a real standout. The band had been writing songs about breakups and aliens. Now here they were penning the most gut-wrenching punk ballads about depression and self-harm anyone had ever heard. The song was released as a single in 2000. The same year it was found to have been set on repeat by the Columbine kids. It basically, took place that year. As you can imagine, this made the song profoundly controversial. It sparked a conversation about how music influences behavior. Some people argued that artists should be more mindful of their influence. Others advocated for allowing artists to create art without holding to standards of responsibility for the actions of others. Regardless of the controversy, Adam's Song remains one of Blink's most beloved and admired songs. I even go say that countless millennials out there still feel that, maybe less lonely because of the depression that it helped them with. And then, of course, from the punkest punk band ever, God Saves the Queen by the Sex Pistols. There's no escaping that this was punk. And in many ways, this was a direct response to culture and political unrest in the late 60s and 70s. We're not going to do a whole retracing lesson thing, but suffice to say, the one that the earliest examples of punk being controversial was Sex Pistols' aggressive anti-monarchy tune, God Save the Queen. The track was heavily censored in Britain, and numerous UK leaders condemned it. If you really want to look at it, you can go read some of the articles about it. It's all about the lore behind the song and the ramification for the Sex Pistols faced. To get a good grasp of the situation, because it was very vast on the boycotts, the protests, and how many people banned the song. They also released it during the Silver Jubilee of the Queen, so that didn't help anything. But, all those songs are, about as punk as they get when it comes to punk bands, so just some good songs for thought, but all good bands and ones I truly appreciate because that's what I like. All right. Talk about some births and deaths today. Who was born today? Well, we got Sam Cooke was born on this day. He died in 1964, but he would have been 95 today. He was the inventor of soul music. That's what he was titled with. You send me. Bill Bixby, who was the Hulk, he was born on this day. He would have been 92, but he died in 1993. John Hurt from Alien. Oh, remember that? The original Alien. John Hurt was in that. He was also in The Elephant Man. He would have been 86 today. He died back in 2017. And Linda Blair. She's 67. The Exorcist, Linda Blair. Oh, man. That's some serious shit if you've never watched that from the beginning when it first came out. Yeah, if I remember the first time I saw The Exorcist, you were just like, what the hell? Some dirty words in that one. Dirty words. All right, who else? Let's see. Don Wilson, 82 from The Ventures. He did the Hawaii Five-0 theme. Addie Mick Harrison of the Shirelles would have been 86 today. Soldier boy, a my little soldier boy. Steve Perry of Journey, 77 today. Steve Riley of LA Guns, 70. Did I like manifest this whole thing? I told the LA Guns story the other day, and now it's like two different, musicians from the band have had birthdays in the last like 4 days since I told the LA Guns story. If you don't know the story, when I used to work security at a music venue, I remember the LA Guns because there were these little punk guys with these crazy long hair. And there was this massive crowd outside waiting for them, and the bus was parked like across the parking lot. And I had to escort each one of them one by one to their bus while the rest of the security guards held back these thronging fans from tearing them to pieces. It was just crazy. Michael Hutchinson of In Excess. He would have been 66 today. He died in 1997. And the rumors of his whole, autoerotica were greatly exaggerated. He did die of self-harm, but it was not related to that. At least what I believe, anyway. Guy Fieri, 58 years old, from right here in Columbus, Ohio. Happy birthday to Guy Fieri. Gabriel Macht, Harvey Specter from Suits, 54 today. Every time I go to Starbucks or somewhere where they ask for my name, I always tell them Harvey Specter. Nobody's caught on yet. No one's been like, wait, isn't that? I'm just like, so obviously no one really pays attention to me tell them what your name is. Sometimes I'll be like Lincoln, but yeah, I'm like Harvey Specter. Nope, nothing. I get nothing. Unbelievable. Oh, and in 2179, it's Hikaru Walter Sulu's birthday from Star Trek on this day, January 22nd, 2179. I love that they actually have birthdays for these characters that are way in the future. Hikaru Walter Sulu, born on this day in 2179. So basically, a century in front of us. All right, who died on this day? Richard Dick Tulfell died at the age of 85. Who is that? Danger, Will Robinson. Danger. It's the robot. He was the robot on Lost in Space, of all things. Also, Heath Ledger died on this day at the age of 28. He OD'd in 08. Good old Heath Ledger. Oh, Heath, what are you doing, man? Not good, not good. A couple interesting things I found that I was like, really? Today, 1987, R. Bud Dreyer, a politician, offed himself on live TV, like in a press conference, just boop, done. Which I was like, that's crazy. 2010, January 22nd, was the last broadcast of the Conan O'Brien show. All that controversy at late night. And in 2018, Netflix became the largest media company in the world, valued over $100 billion. That was 2018. I wonder who that is now. But that's a lot. 100 billion? Not too shabby, babby. Not too shabby. All right. So I kept it kind of brief tonight. There wasn't a ton going on, so I tried to keep it, without boring everybody too much. Appropriate. Wankas. Right. So, yeah, try to keep it, to a dull roar. Not too much. It's Thursday, right? Today's Thursday? My week's all screwed up. Martin Luther King Day kind of threw me. So I didn't know because the garbage cans are off by a day. Because when there's a holiday on Monday, garbage skips, so all the garbage cans move a different day. So they're not out, and I don't know what day it is because I can't see the color of the garbage can. How pathetic is that when that's how I know what day it is? If the garbage cans are out, it's this day. If it's the blue ones, it's this day. If it's green ones, it's this day. That's what my life's come to. Living by garbage cans. I don't know what to tell you. Somebody has to do it, right? Someone has to live by the garbage can. I was just talking to I talked to my friend Chicago. They're routing some bands through town for South by Southwest, so I was trying to get them accommodated at a venue here locally, and I'm like, well, what band? Well, I can't tell you. I'm like, what do you mean? How can you not tell me what band it is? Well, they're routing it. I'm like, well, why can't you tell me? Well, because we're not talking about that. I'm like, then how am I supposed to book a band if I don't know the name of the damn band, people? Unbelievable. I just love that. It's like, I can't book this band if you don't tell me who it is, because I don't know who they would open for, what they would do. So ridiculous. Anyway, all right. Well, I appreciate you being here. Amanda, nice to see you back. We'll look for you tomorrow, hopefully, right? We'll see you on Friday. Tomorrow's Friday? Tomorrow's Friday, right? Tomorrow's Friday. So we'll look for you on Friday. All right? Do I need the Makita? Yes, bring me the Makita. Are you coming by? Bring me the Makita. I'll take it. Is it in a box? Does it work? Tell me about it. Yeah, so, we're getting ready for snowpocalypse, and tomorrow should be fine. Saturday night will be snowed in. Maybe we'll get the live cam outside and we can see what's happening. It's a blizzard. It's coming right for us. What are we going to do? Anyway, all right. I'm going to go. Watch some TV, I think. Drink my tea. Go to bed. I'm tired. I got up way too early. I got up at 6 o'clock this morning. I don't know why. Who knows? Anyway, I appreciate you being here. I really do. I'm grateful that you stop in and say hello. Thank you for being here. Mandalee, nice to see you all night. Be well. Take care. Appreciate you, friends. Randsanity will be back tomorrow night, 11 p.m. in a normal scheduled time. If you have any questions, have them ready for me, because I'll answer whatever. Until then, I will fade to black, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.